Hello there.
Hello. Welcome.
Welcome back.
Hi, are you my waiter?
Are you my waiter?
Where are my waitresses?
Waitress?
You are a waitress.
Waiter? Oh, waiter!
Today is National Waiter and Waitress Day.
But I prefer the term.
We prefer the term service.
What about tips? I make my living on tips.
Well, tip's not included.
Tip is not included.
Showtime!
Good morning. Good morning. It's Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. Welcome to it. I'm Andrew Z. Demetrius, Nicodemus, Kelly Latz, the Princess of Property from Howard Hanna Realty. I got a text in from Steven. Hold on, Steven. Where'd Steven text me? Please don't hate me. But I'm having some issues this morning. Not gonna make it.
He's hungover.
And then I go on.
Oh yeah, I did too.
Oh, your mic's not working. You gotta jiggle the wire. I think we gotta change the wire out. There you go. I heard it.
Because I didn't have it on.
Oh.
I didn't have it by my mouth.
You get how most of the best things happen.
She didn't have it by her mouth.
I did it.
So here I saw Steven just post. Yeah. She finally admitted that I wasn't shit. And she was using me all these years. I knew I wasn't crazy. I was just stupid, LMAO. Hoes gonna be hoes.
Crazy.
So I couldn't blame Tammy, Lil Wayne. Can't wait till I have my whore funds up again. It's gonna be a wild summer.
Lordy. I know.
Most people have an emergency fund.
Yeah,
I don't like. I'm not saving up to build up my whore fund.
Fun.
Good for you, Bubba.
Good for you. He's finding himself.
Well, he does that. Like,
yeah.
Like yesterday, like when he posted in my head about some shit, and I was like, and obviously on Facebook. Come on now.
From my head to Facebook. What's going on? Do you want to talk about your twist turns?
I'm single.
But I thought yesterday you were back together.
You know, it's so weird how the market can change.
It's like a stock market. Your dating life is like the stock market.
The bottom fell out of
whiplash.
Nicodemus Inc.
I feel whiplash.
And there was a huge sell-off.
What?
And so
What?
now there's a
What?
so now we're going back to a privately held company where the owner has bought up all the stock.
Lordy.
What in the world happened?
What in the world? I have to say, yesterday floored me, and today you
Unfloored you.
you
Stood you right back
actually-
up.
If you're just tuning in, what happened was I know the app, I don't know, the app's not working. Someone said, so I'm working on it. But so yesterday, Demetrius was on the website. Are we dating the same guy?
Which is
Posted on there, and
which is supposed to be for dating the same person,
Right.
It's
not for airing your grievances.
It's not a town square.
It is for
like,
you, my friend.
Like
I
fuck
know.
yeah! It's
I
like,
know.
do you know D? Grab the bell and ring it.
Right.
It's your turn to talk.
Hear ye, hear ye.
So all the ladies. I mean, look. You've got a trail of ladies, and if someone posts something, I mean, you and I are very what do they call? They call us that we are very triggering. We're triggering. You and I are showing it. Your name or my name comes
I'm like,
up. Very
if
triggering.
MAGA
for
was
love.
a person.
That's why you need me. I'm the
I know.
calm in your guys' storm.
You really are, Kel. You really are. You're the normal. They're like, well, they can't be that bad. I mean, Kelly hangs out with them, and we like her.
You know, and nobody goes, well, what's wrong with her?
I know.
It's because you guys have so much wrong, they can't even concentrate on me for one
You're
second.
like the Mother Teresa hanging out with lepers
Exactly.
and just showing kindness to the downtrodden.
Which is nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not always in this spot.
So, anyway, so you get back together yesterday. You announced on the air that you're back together after you posted on Are We Dating the Same Guy? Then all the crazies came out that you've wronged in your life here in Toledo, and then
short-lived life.
all the ladies you've loved and lost.
Yeah,
showed
I'm
up.
like Lionel, I feel like Willie Nelson and Julio Iglesias.
To all the girls I've loved before,
But
So,
clearly they can't move on.
okay. So then, you guys reconcile, and she pulls down the post on Are We Dating the Same Guy? You guys are good yesterday, and then today you come in and you say you're living the single life.
You can't beat friends. Like, regardless of what it is, you can't beat people in your ear. You can't beat social media posts, because those are things that can, as much as you would like to think that you could just take it down and just keep it moving, those things, they're never down. You can take it down, but people have seen it, right?
Yeah.
And so now you have to battle the what happened to all this rage and blah blah blah, and you girl, you know. And so you end up questioning a bunch of things. And I get it, and I don't hold any ill will towards it. I just understand that is the nature of the beast.
Yeah. I mean, people who don't like if someone shows up in a picture with me, then all of a sudden people are gonna, why are you talking to that guy? Blah, blah, blah.
But it's just like honestly, it just sometimes it just feels like all the things that it's so funny. It's like that's all I've ever done in my life, right?
That's all who
was just
who you are.
sex with
would
women.
just run through women. I woke up this morning, put on my breakaway underwear, and went out and started but that is nobody looks at any of the other things, right?
I get it, bro.
And it's just, this is the one thing that he's done is the one thing that we'll focus on, and this will be the entirety of who he is as a person.
Look, we are the outlaws, and there's people that are going to hate. The people are going to hate you, and no matter what you do, you could save babies, and
haters are going to hate.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe like he was trying to fuck that baby.
Whoa,
and
I don't know about
that.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Grooming, and you're like, I pulled him from a fire.
Yeah. So it is.
It is what it is, and I'm cool.
You are. You good? You all right?
Yeah.
All right. If we might have to end it a little bit. I know we started a little late. We might have to end a little bit early. I have a court at 8:30 in Sylvania, but we won't have to end that early. But it's just it sucks because I went to because my truck has been in storage for 6 months, and I was on my way to get it registered, and I got a ticket for no registration.
Oh my gosh.
So I gotta go. So it's all registered now. I just gotta go show the court the thing, and then we're good.
Can't somebody else just go?
No, it's got to be you. If it's your ticket, you got to go. You can't send a proxy.
Oh my
for
gosh.
your ticket.
That's hysterical.
Right? Do I send my people?
Watch the phone ring with a FaceTime call from me.
Yeah. No, that doesn't work. You got to be there.
For a ticket.
Yeah, it's got your name on it. You got to.
I can fucking send it.
Can't. So yesterday I went to a talent show at Perrysburg Junior High School. My kid was Kensley, or my 8th grader, was performing in the middle school talent show, and it was fun. It was fun. It's about 2 hours long, probably 20 performances, 22, maybe 25, and then about 12 of them, I'd say, were singing. And I mean, these are what 8 years. The grade is 13, right around 13 years old, and we're some really bad singers. I mean, they were doing their best. They were doing their darndest.
But don't you love that they think they're good? And I mean, they think they're good. That's why that's their talent.
I know, and I'm thinking by 13. Don't you?
I love the confidence.
Don't you have to realize though that maybe that's not your thing? Find something else.
No,
because I watch American Idol.
No.
I know by 13, there's really good singers at 13.
Well, but that's not a fair comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because what you're doing is you're comparing people like 13-year-olds who've probably been singing since they were 6 or 7,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at these people,
Mhm.
right, and assume that their parents probably aren't as maniacal as a Hollywood parent.
So they're not beating them.
They're not driving them immediately to voice lessons from as soon as they come out of the womb. So let's assume that they've all, in some form or fashion, just started singing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know where they are. Like Adam Scott, who was a professional golfer, didn't start golfing till he was 16.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm going to tell you,
that's a late start.
That's a late start. But he's a professional golfer now.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know exactly where they are on their talent river.
Well, then that's why I was asking. By 13, don't you kind of have to show, like, hey, I'm doing this thing's, he's got potential. I mean, and not saying you can't sing like in your room or in the car or everywhere else, but when you're on stage, it's kind of your thing. I mean, you think you're ready for prime time. And if it's below average, and here's the other problem. The other problem is that with these coaches, like these kids just stand there like they're scared to death, and it's like you can't hardly hear them. Like, don't you have to teach some confidence? You have to teach them to be like, because you have to act it. If you're a singer, you've got to be into it.
Especially if you're not a singer, you should not stand there. You should move.
Right. Shouldn't that be part of the voice lesson thing? We should be like, hey, you got to boom, you got to fake it till you make it.
Let's assume that some of them don't have vocal coaches,
Uh-huh.
right?
Mhm.
Let's also assume, and as somebody who knows that confidence on a stage only comes when you've been on stages.
Yeah,
it isn't something that you're just born with. You don't just get to walk up on a stage and own that stage. It is not a thing. It only comes with time on stage. Period.
I guess.
I'm
glad. I just feel by 13 you kind of should like know that you're
what you want to do for a living, where you want to be for
where
the rest
your talent,
of your life.
where you want to spend the rest of your talent time, because kids nowadays 5-6 years old, they're in their lane, and they've got coaches and they got strength training and they're doing it year round. And by 13,
I put that more on parents. I don't think a 6 or 7 year old sits down and says, "Mom, Dad, I think I found the sport I want to play for the rest of my life, or the instrument that I want to play for the rest of my life." I think parents go, "I want a professional athlete or a professional singer or some kind of
whatever
actor."
you want, but they're going to do what they want to do.
I don't think you can put it on parents though, because I think that I think that that's what the market is dictating. That's what the other kids doing. If you want your kid to compete with the other kids,
then
that's what the other kids are doing.
Fucking delusional. because talent finds a way.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
when you just throw things in because other kids have gotten a start, that isn't a thing. You know what? I would much rather have a kid that bounces around at 7 trying to find things that interest them than
That's the old school way.
That's
It
bullshit.
is
That's the
old
right
school
way.
But it's right.
It's the right way.
agree.
You got to
It is-
find a path at 6, and
No.
you got to go that. You got to
That's
take
crazy
that path.
to say that.
That's the way it is.
That is a
But what
parent wanting to
happens-
ride the coattails of their child.
And what
That is fucking ridiculous and gross.
the
And
way
what
it is.
happens
It is
is they
not.
burn out. Like, for instance, my son.
Britney Spears.
Yeah, for even my son that is like not huge, like not a superstar or not, you know, he didn't do anything for a very long time, not until 6th grade. But he was all state in baseball and he was all state in football. But he played round the year in he played 4 sports. He ran track, he broke records. He had D1 scholarships, and he said, "Mom, I'm done. My body hurts. I'm done. I don't want to go." It broke my heart. But when you have this athlete and he is going, and like it's his job as a freaking teenager, it's going to happen. It's going to.
Well, 2 things. First of all, my oldest had a friend over at the house yesterday. We were talking, and she was a gymnastics girl, and she said by 13 she was done. She was just over it because she just not wore out. What do you call it? Just burnout.
Yeah,
She's burnt out.
I don't want to do it.
But on the other side, I will tell you that the old school way of playing all different sports and doing all that stuff all through school ain't a thing no more. You pick your sport. You get a strength coach.
No,
you get a conditioning coach. You get a pitching coach. You get a hitting coach. Whatever your sport is, and that's your lane, and
that's
you
crazy
live
because,
it 24/7.
Because who's to say that 2 years down the line you don't find out that you're more apt and better at like football than baseball, or running track than football, or any of those things, instead of just, dude, that's crazy. That's like locking somebody at the age of 7 into a job.
I know
that they're going to have
anymore
for the rest of their lives.
It is like a job,
and that does not seem like the messaging that we want to send to children.
But you don't want your kid to be behind either. So if that's what
behind, I don't know what is
doing.
behind. Who is your kid compared to anybody else's? Their journey is a lot like yours. Different.
Yeah.
Different. It's not compared to any other child.
That sounds good. That sounds it's a good theory.
It is not a theory. It is a fucking fact.
It's not a fact.
It is a fact.
These kids now
every
know
child's
by
journey
6
is
or 7.
different. And
Every
if you
child.
look at Joey Jr. Versus Timothy versus Christopher, and you're like, why isn't Christopher like Joey? And why isn't Joey like Timmy? Because they're all different. They're different.
I did get a text. You're in your 50s, Andrew, and you just became a security guard. Let the kids have their moment. I got fired from that job, by the way.
For your one day? What? How many days?
2 days. I think I did 2 days. I did 2 events. They said my background check came back and they couldn't.
Okay.
They couldn't.
Who better to know security flaws than guy who totally takes advantage of them?
We can hire the drug lord.
I know. This dude in his 80s.
That guy knows how to look through shit.
Yeah.
But Andrew Z, he's out.
I go
this is where I would hide my marijuana.
Someone said these sports teach life lessons that are priceless, like wrestling. It's true. All right,
as soon as you're old enough, you should throw your son in wrestling. He's got to be able to have the skills to keep priests off of it.
Oh, stop.
Shut up. All right, let's get into the news.
Motherfucker tried to touch me, sleeper.
That's not even funny.
It fucking is.
Let's get into the news. We got an update on that man killed in the shooting at McDonald's in Toledo. Allegedly, the alleged shooter has been arrested. Told you this guy was just laying at McDonald's, like no one was talking, but he was shot in his head. 44-year-old Brandon Abbott was killed in the shooting in the 2100 block of Reynolds on May 19th, which would have been 2 days ago, which would have been Monday. Police say 25-year-old Kamari Anderson was arrested for the shooting. A motive for the shooting is unknown at this time. Police responded to the McDonald's on Reynolds just after 5 p.m. on Monday and found Abbott suffering from at least one gunshot wound. He was taken to the area hospital where he later died. Officers found Anderson in the area and arrested him. He's now facing a felonious assault and murder charge. $1 million bond, no 10% for that, and we'll be back in court as well to see what's going on.
Take this as a lesson, people. Don't touch my fucking fries.
TPD is investigating a dead baby found in a Toledo apartment complex on yesterday. Is it Moody Manor, just south of St. V's?
So sad.
A spokesperson said an investigation is underway, that the circumstances surrounding the baby's death are unknown. Child's age has not been released. Residents of the apartment complex said that they were surprised when they saw officers working in and around a dumpster. While authorities are not releasing specifics at this time, police did say that no one is charged with a crime at this time. Autopsy is set for today. A representative said this is a developing story, and there you go. All right, the fuck story of the day. The fuck. Perrysburg High School imposter scandal. So a 24-year-old Venezuelan migrant has been arrested for allegedly posing as a teenager enrolled at Perrysburg High School. The man is identified as Anthony Emmanuel Labrador Sierra. He's accused of using fraudulent documents to assume the identity of a 17-year-old student. Now, people are saying that he's been at school since January, but January of 2024. This dude has been roaming the halls for a year and a half.
No, he has.
Yes, he has. I believe me, I have students that I've talked to. He's been roaming the halls for a year and a half. I don't know why they keep saying January, and you think it's January of 2025. He has been at that school for a year and a half.
What were his grades like?
I don't know. I have no idea. That's private information. According to police, he enrolled. So here's what happened. So according to police, he enrolled at Perrysburg High School. See, January 2024. Finally, someone's getting it right. Me. I'm the only one who gets it right. Claiming to be an unaccompanied minor named Anthony Labrador. He participated in school athletics, including joining the swimming team and soccer teams. He lived with a local family who had obtained guardianship through the Wood County Juvenile Court, unaware of his true age.
Oh, this is that story on Hulu.
Right?
About that little girl who's supposed to be like 26 or some shit. Like, yeah. All right. When I heard this story, the first thing I thought of, and I don't know if anybody else will remember this movie, but it was a movie with John Cryer called Hiding Out, where he played a drug cartel's accountant who had been doing their books, and then they wanted to kill him. So he enrolled himself in high school with his nephew. Like, he and his nephew were like kicking it in high school. He had dyed his hair blonde. He had become real popular, ran for student council. It was absolutely. You
gotta lay low. If you're gonna do it, you gotta lay low.
But that's the problem. Like, you don't find your best high school life until you're 28.
I know.
Right?
I know.
And just like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know what? When we were kids, these movies were a thing. They were popular. And now we're seeing the kids like actually go, you know what? I can do this.
Yeah.
But so are we going, this kid is a predator, or was he hiding from the government? It sounds a lot like he didn't want to be deported.
So the motive is still outstanding. Was he A, hiding, like you said, to get the country? B, was he trying to get an education?
Did he date?
Was he had a girlfriend, 15.
Oh,
she was on the fucking she's on the lacrosse team. Wait a minute. Rugby. She's on the rugby team.
Are we sure he's got a girlfriend?
100%. Dude, you got to remember, I have kids that go to this school I've talked to them yesterday. I talked to several.
You talked to children.
Yes.
And okay.
Yes, and one girl was like, "Dude, we stayed away from him because he looked so old." And another one said, "Yeah, she was regularly dating him. They were dating. 15 years old. He's 24. So here's how it happened was, he came to this country saying that he was providing fake documents, saying that he was unaccompanied, that he was people trafficked. What's that called? People trafficking. What's it called?
It's called human trafficking.
He was human trafficked. So he had no.
It's another word for people.
So he had no. Thank you. He had no parents, and under the law, I guess you can whatever they
see. It sounds to me like this, like it.
What?
Like it sounds to me. With the exception of this dating piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
he was dating, and he tried on making the moves on several girls.
Let everything shake out before you just start putting out.
Just telling you, that's not rumors.
It is rumor.
I heard it from people that were approached.
You understand that is the definition of rumor? Is I've heard it from
the
girls the actual girls that were approached.
Calm down, Marvin Gaye.
It's not secondhand information.
It is. I mean, I think we're going to hear kind of these stories a lot, especially with the climate right now. People are doing whatever they can.
I don't
know. I just think it's odd.
I do think it's unfair advantage that he was on the soccer team.
Right? Oh yeah,
like,
and
it's Venezuela. We know you're good.
I know.
Like, that's not.
Here's
the crazy thing. He's the only Venezuelan that wasn't good. He was on like JVB, which is like the worst team. He wasn't even.
You know
good.
what though? But that's good because that's how the Incredibles work. You know, it's like he had to hide his talent. He couldn't stand out too much. He was like, can't be that good.
So
can't
he
be that good.
Like
he had obtained he had attained a temporary protective status and other official documents. So it wasn't really the school's fault. Like he had the documents he's supposed to have. Then he got awarded to this family. His family been taking care of him under their wing for a year and a half. Here's what happened.
They saw him get a Social Security check.
His baby mama back home somehow saw him online because he's using his last name. I mean, Labrador was his real last name. Baby mama saw him online or somehow or tracked him down. He just left his family. He left his wife. She has a kid. He has a kid.
I saw that.
So he so they
so she went some child support.
She went to the family that's watching him, said, "Hey, dude isn't who you think he is. He's this and this and this." And that's when they got alerted. They went to the police, and that's when the whole thing started to fall apart.
Wow.
And there's, I got a picture of him with his baby mama and his kid, and
wow,
what the fuck? Which if you're going to school, if you're trying to better your life and come to a better country, all that's fine. But when you're boinking 15-year-olds and you're 24, that ain't it. That ain't it.
That is. If that's the truth, that's not
it's
it.
the truth. It's 100% the truth. I
truth.
stand by 100%. It's crazy.
What the fuck?
That's the fuck. So that's this whole story. It's gone national. Fox News just posted about it 16 minutes ago. ABC picked it up ABC picked it up yesterday.
Of course.
So the community, it's
predators are hiding in your school. I can't wait.
I know.
Now it's just gonna be. Wait till you see what ICE does next.
See, here's the sad part: is he was able to work this loophole, this temporary protected status a loophole. It sucks because now he's screwing it up for people that really need to be in that status. That's what sucks.
He ruined it, much like the Hitler stash.
Yeah, exactly. Now no one can have a Hitler stash because fucking Hitler ruined it.
Like back in the day,
because I wanted to.
Charlie Chaplin. No, he fucked.
I know, and I wanted to get one, and I'm like,
little scamp.
You can't. So he's ruined it for a lot of people. He needs to they need to deport his ass and be done with it.
That's the worst. Honestly, imagine, right? You're 26-year-old illegal Venezuelan, right? You've smuggled yourself into the country. You forged documents to be in high school now, and now you're gonna get. Not only are you getting deported back to Venezuela, but now there's an angry girl waiting for you.
He's like,
and you're just like,
just shoot me.
Yeah,
firing squad.
He's like, I will stay. I will. I mean,
but even
that
even just shows what. Now, okay, you can romanticize it. Say, I'm getting an education. I just want a better life. I'm whatever. But you can't. You're scummy. You've left your family, and you've cut off all ties with your family and your baby. And you've come here and you're banging 15-year-olds. So put those two together. Is
he banging? That's not
more than one.
No, he's had sex.
Yes,
they told you that they've had sex with them.
Yes.
Bullshit.
Yes. Just telling you.
I think that's irresponsible to put out there like
It's
that.
not irresponsible.
That is.
It's been vetted.
And I
It's
can't
been
believe you
vetted.
have
By whom?
It's been vetted.
15, 16-year-olds willing to tell you that.
Yeah,
It's
no
been
shit.
Andrew, like,
Been
are
vetted.
you the
Yes.
like,
Matter of fact,
Stop.
I don't want to say that. I can't give my confidential sources, but I'm just telling you, it's the way it is. It is the way it is.
Lord.
Lord.
Lord. So that's the fuck story of the day. Everyone's talking about it, national news, and again, I do want to hear some motive for the whole thing. But there you go. 2 arrested in alleged assault in Toledo. Court records say Tierra Holmes, 32, and Douglas Jones, 55, are each facing an assault charge for an incident police said was caught on camera on May 19th. They said that alleged Holmes was trying to get the victim to leave the undisclosed location. As the victim was turning toward the door, Holmes allegedly hit the victim in the back of his head. Another affidavit said there's video of the victim trying to push Jones off of him and out of his way before Jones allegedly hit the victim, knocking him to the floor. The victim then tried to crawl away from Jones, who then allegedly hit the victim again while he was on the floor. The courts granted temporary protection orders in the case. Holmes and Jones each pleaded not guilty to the charges and were released on their own recognizance. So James Worley was supposed to be executed yesterday. He is the man convicted of kidnapping and killing University of Toledo student Sierra Jofflin. Was scheduled to be executed yesterday, but according to court records, the execution was stayed due to pending motions filed by the defense. So a new execution date is set. July will mark 9 years since Jofflin was abducted as she rode her bike home. Her body was buried in Fulton County field days later. Man was indicted for allegedly breaking into a University of Toledo building, leading police on a chase in a golf cart. Rodney Horton, 46 of Toledo, is facing several charges for that incident right there. TPD is offering on-site interviews for bus drivers. They say it's a pretty good gig. I mean, other than if you got to deal with those little bastards, but other than that, I mean, you get paid decent money. You work before and after school. You know, they say it's a decent job, and they're having problems finding bus shortages. But no one wants to deal with these fucking kids anymore, because then you got to deal with their screaming parents. You try to tell them to sit the fuck down, and then here comes a screaming parent. Well, you told my kid to sit the fuck down, and now they're in your face. It's like no one wants to do that job. It's a shitty job. But the pay is decent and the hours are decent. But
well, they have to pay good because nobody wants
Nobody
to
wants
do
the
it.
job.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a camera on you 24/7. Look, I
know.
I can barely keep it together for 12 hours.
Imagine 30 kids on a bus.
Dude, you're definitely catching me in a moment.
You're gonna have a case.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, look here, you little cum guzzling, like crazy
whoa.
shit. Yeah, right. And then
gosh.
the next thing you know, it's gonna be all over the news.
Fox News.
Yep. And then X's will be out. See how he is,
I've been trying to tell you that's how he was in our relationship.
right? He would never take me to school.
And when he did, he acted badly.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh my god.
So
Mm-mm.
is that what else going on? President Trump is pushing House Republicans to rally behind his sweeping tax and immigration agenda on Tuesday. They want to add
Beautiful bill.
They want to add $4 trillion to the deficit. $4 trillion.
Okay.
And Republicans are like,
so
I can't do
here's
it.
once again my question to everyone who voted for this man,
Mm-hmm.
who said, when he told you that he was going to cut waste and fraud, and he was going to streamline the government, and we were going to save all this money, and prices were going to come down,
And
we have seen
unicorns were going to start roam the earth again.
and none of this has happened.
Right.
Everything has been the exact opposite of what
Director
has
Matt
happened.
Wolf spent over
So-
40.
So my question is, then clearly you didn't vote for him to bring prices down. Clearly you didn't vote for him to bring jobs back.
Mm.
So what really was your motive? Was it the fact
what are you
that
trying to infer?
I'm not trying to infer anything. I'm trying to say that a bunch of scared white people voted for him because they were afraid of their position in this country. They were afraid that they were losing everything that this country has built from the from the 40s to the 20s, all in their name. And they were seeing the country look a little bit different than what they were used to. And this man told you he was going to whiteify the country again. And so you were fine with all the other bullshit that he was going to do, as long as he got rid of minorities.
Well, I heard something the other day. Tell me if it's true that white people are the minority in this country.
Not true. Not yet.
But will be.
Will be.
No,
Will be.
I think they said
No, it's not true.
They said are. You
It's
sure?
not true.
That all the other races, you put them all together, and that white people are the minority. What is the percentage of white people in America? Let's take a look. According to the U.S. Census, 80% of people in the U.S. are white. Oh, I don't know. All right, got some text messages in. What?
I feel like
Just
that's
look-
wrong. I got a text message from a stranger that said,
wrong.
By the way, someone said Steven's probably at Target right now, back to school shopping. I got another text. I was a bus driver once, and I got into a full-fledged fist fight with the student who was making fun of my weight. He had an attitude one day, and he puffed his chest at me. So I said, "You got something to say? Say it to my face, punk." I ended up getting a black eye and a broken rib. I got fired because he was 5.
Whatever.
You know, back in the day when I was a kid, my mom would introduce me to new adults, and she would go, "This is Demetrius. This is my son." And she would say to them, "If you ever catch him fucking up in this neighborhood, if you ever catch him fucking up in school, feel free to put your hands on him." And then she looked at them and said, "And know this, he will have hands put on him again once he gets home." So, like, my mom gave any adult the right to fucking discipline me.
Right.
Any adult. I knew any adult could, like, put the kibosh on any kind of thing I was doing.
Right. Not anymore. You can't. That's my baby.
Your
So
baby's got a record.
so they caught inmate number 6 out of 10.
Oh.
6 out of 10
Was
out
he
of
the one that wrote the love letter?
out of New Orleans. I don't know.
Dude, that letter, that little note has got them so motivated to catch all these guys. They're so pissed. They even arrested the janitor.
Yeah, I got this right now.
Officials say the breakout at a New Orleans jail was an inside job, arresting jail maintenance worker Sterling Williams. They say he turned off the water to this cell, enabling 10 inmates to escape through the wall. According to the arrest affidavit, Williams told investigators one of the fugitives told him to turn off the water, threatening to shank him if he didn't comply. An inmate also tried to take Williams's phone, according to the document.
He intended to assist these individuals to leave that facility.
The police chief today with this message for anyone who aids the escapees.
If they participate willfully and knowingly, they are going to be charged with serious felonies.
6 fugitives are still on the run, including a convicted killer. The sheriff who oversees the jail has been under fire for the response.
I take full accountability for this failure.
According to the jail's timeline, guards didn't notice the inmates were missing for more than 7 hours after their escape. The public wasn't notified for more than 10 hours.
Look, if this jailbreak happened at 1, the public should have known at 1:05. The public is your best friend.
New Orleans District Attorney Jason Williams prosecuted the convicted killer, now on the loose. He says the sheriff's response puts the public at risk.
Every single day that these men are at large, the public is in danger.
You know, now that's like a count every hour. They're doing a head count every, like, these inmates are so mad right now.
Well, and this comes on the heels of the psychic mediums, the midget psychic mediums that escaped. There's 3 of them. The midget psychic mediums, the small mediums at large.
Oh my goodness.
Small mediums.
His face is red because he thinks he's so funny.
Oh my God. Do you guys know how you make an idiot say what?
I almost did. You almost got me. But you didn't.
You know the difference between Andrew, 3 jokes, I mean, a joke and 3 dicks with Andrew.
What?
Andrew can't take a joke.
You're so stupid.
You
A
both
man,
are stupid.
a man in Utah is facing facing multiple assault and kidnapping charges after he held his girlfriend and her family hostage for 6 months. For 6 months, he held them hostage. Here's the sergeant talking about it.
Is that a thing? 6 months? I mean, after like month 1, you're just roommates.
Right. He said that at the 6 months, the false pretense that the members of the cartel were after him. So that's why he said he was holding these people.
We'll take some time till we get more in depth of, why the family possibly wasn't reaching out, or, if they were, to who, and maybe why those people didn't report it. There was a very limited time that this individual allowed these people out of the home. It's my understanding at most times it was 2 hours outside of the home.
Once you're out of the home, don't you tell somebody?
Not unless they got like that invisible fence.
You gotta tell somebody. You gotta tell some. Isn't that a song? Tell somebody. The average American hosts 4 barbecues every summer. 4 barbecues every summer. You host a barbecue on your patio, Demetrius, this year?
You know what? I do have room.
I know. I know you do. Airbnb's anti-partying tech will be in effect for Memorial Day weekend. If you're planning some big rager at an Airbnb, don't do it. They have their algorithm on to, it's called anti-party technology, will be in effect. It's not a brand new feature. It's the 4th year they've done it.
They just hire an old lady to sit in the Airbnb.
If you're too loud, it's an algorithm that looks for red flags or when you're booking a place to see if you're trying to have a party. You're trying to have fun. You ever see that commercial with the coach? He's like running an Airbnb now. What coach is that?
Bill Belichick?
No, it's not. Is it Belichick?
It is Bill Belichick. Yes, Mr. I'm engaged now.
No, that's not Bill Belichick.
It is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It is Bill Belichick.
Who's the coach that runs an Airbnb in the commercial?
Bill Belichick.
It's not Belichick. Nick Saban.
Oh, it might be Nick
Saban.
Oh,
it's Belichick!
I was wrong with my passion.
Yes, you were wrong.
See, notice how I own it?
Man, you were wrong. What do you mean? What do you mean that you own it? It's like, you must be here. They get there like 5 minutes before. Check in is 3. It's 2:55. Check in is 3. There will be no fun. There will be no.
He does have very Belichick-y characteristics.
And they're in the hot tub, and he's sitting in the hot tub with them,
staring at him.
It's funny. The top amenity campgrounds added in 2024 was pickleball courts, Kelly.
I love them.
This could get annoying. TikTokers are reportedly filming their beauty routines on airplanes. 56% of people say it's totally cool to use a coupon on a first date. Kelly, would you be okay if you went on a date with some dude and he busted out a 2-for-1 coupon?
Sure. I mean,
I
don't think that the first date would be somewhere that would have a coupon. Generally.
Whoa,
first of all,
pretentious much?
You just better know.
It's the truth. Don't lie to y'all.
No, you don't.
We are early in the relationship. We are in the discount era. Like, it isn't until 3-4 months.
Then you get the discount.
Then we're in full price. I'm digging in my wallet era. But as it starts, like, yeah, we're saving money. I don't know how this is going to work out.
Interesting, because I think it's opposite. I think in the first month, generally you're trying to impress them, you're taking them, and then like by the second month, then you're pulling out the coupons.
And that's where you get and that is where I feel like you get fucked up. Is because you have set this standard of like, you're going above and beyond in the beginning, and then you really let her into the budget. And like now she sees that you're a coupon dude when she should have seen that you were a coupon dude in the beginning.
But see, that's the age-old argument that you and I always have. You want everything out up front. And I say, get to know me first. Hey, you may not mind a coupon or two because I'm such a good time that you're like, you look past that. But right up front, you're looking for reasons to discount or disqualify somebody, and you pull out a coupon and you're like, no, not going to happen. You know what I mean?
But I'm not. That's not honest, right? It's not. If you are a coupon guy, be a coupon guy from get. Don't be a.
Kelly just told you you're not getting the opportunity for number 2.
But then
if you want to bang Kelly,
I didn't say that. But I did say
but
that.
The idea is I'm not setting up a false precedent of being somebody that I'm not. I'm not. When she expects to go out on a Friday, and for 4 Fridays when I met her in the beginning, I was coming out of pocket and bawling like crazy because I wanted to impress her. And then she's like, wow, I'm really impressed by you. Well, now that it's too late, let me tell you that this is over.
It was fun while it lasted, girl.
Run through my entertainment budget for the year.
I got a text in 419-345-3375. My first day with my wife, she whipped out a free apple blossom at Applebee's, so I knew she was the one, right? If she has a coupon for you, if you go out, you're like,
dude, she
hey,
was
baby,
like, you know what?
If she checks the app, or checks an app and freaking do that as a keeper.
Or she suggests the specials.
Yes.
She's like, you know what? At Papa Joe's, it's half off pizzas on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Baby, where do you want to go? Oh, they got a 2 for $20 deal at Apple.
Say less. I got 10.
I got 10. I'll even pay the tip.
Right?
Someone said, poor Kelly. Everyone talks over her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. That's okay. I'm so used to it. I don't even
notice it.
No, I don't.
Who died today? Why you wearing all black?
So he has been dissing my outfit today.
You're not even on camera. What is going on?
Okay, let me get back
on. She's in
doing that
mourning.
on purpose.
No, I'm not.
Or she's just all in black, even black face. I couldn't see her.
Like,
camera was on.
I have a red coat.
Yada yada.
I'm going to a charity thing at a hospital, so I'm dressed as
scare old people as you walk into their room and go, "We've been waiting."
Dude,
it's your
think
time.
I look good. I do. Thank you. I tried to look good today, and you know, he's giving me shit.
In sports, the NFL will let players participate in flag football at the Olympics in Los Angeles.
Dude, this is going to be worse than basketball.
Owners voted
This
yesterday.
is going to be worse than
that mean?
Olympic basketball.
What does it mean?
Because now we're letting professional football players play flag football in the Olympics. Can you imagine what that's going to look like as we line up against Lithuania?
And it's interesting too, because football is one of the sports that hasn't been penetrated by other countries. So at least basketball, they have a fighting chance because some of the basketball players are from other countries. That's not like it's our professionals. It's our NFL against against
Poland. Get out of here.
Oh, team of white people.
You guys are about to get blown out. It is not even going to. This will be the last time you see flag football as an Olympic sport.
Right?
It is going to be like 48-0.
It's going to be like breakdancing.
Holy shit, it's going to be.
Yeah. Grand opening, grand closing.
Because there's going to be so many like legs broken. And
I know.
Stuff. Oh my gosh.
And Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson, are they engaged? I don't know. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
Dude,
she's playing it the way she needs to play it. She's putting it on him. She's doing everything for him. She just needs to get the paperwork done. She needs to finish to get to the finish line.
I love how everybody is okay with this.
What do you mean? I'm all right with it. He's a grown ass man.
He is 7.
She's a grown ass woman.
She is
24. That's plenty old enough to know.
There is something
wrong. Our society has changed. It's okay with 50-year-olds.
Our society has changed. Shit.
I don't know.
She is a predator. And if we look clearly, she is a predator. A predator.
They're both
That
adults.
is crazy.
Oh my god.
What is anybody not here? Are we just happy because he's old and he's banging a young chick? And everybody's like he's living the dream. He clearly is biting his life right now. He does not have any control over what the fuck is going on. Dude, this woman is
some
running
sort of elder abuse, you think?
I do.
Does he have family? Has his family not come forward? And I haven't heard his family come forward with concerns that
and I don't think he has a family.
Oh. He seems like just a miserable old dude.
man who has nothing now.
Has nothing. Which
And
is
now
why,
he's got this-
why he took the college job. He'd rather not sit at home and just wither away to nothing.
Right. And
He'd
he's
rather-
got this hot young thing who's like, oh my God. And look, there's something horrible happening here.
You don't like it.
And like UNC is considering firing him.
Really?
Because of the
'Cause of her?
influence that she has over him.
It's crazy. By the way, Kelly's out. I got a text in. Kelly's outfit looks like she just got off a shift from hospice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It looks like you shuttle people over the river Styx.
Someone else said his son is on the coaching staff too.
Oh, see?
Belichick's son is on the coaching staff. So why wouldn't Belichick? If there was an issue, Belichick's son would be like, what is that noise?
It's the dog.
Oh.
The dog's having fun.
Okay. But the kid would be like, no, that's my dad. What are you doing right now?
He's probably older than she
He
is.
probably doesn't get to talk to him.
I bet the kid is way older. I bet the kid's like 40.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I just had a 30-year-old hit on me.
Did you?
I did. I said to him, he grabbed my phone. He said, I'm putting my name in your phone. And I said, no, you're not. You're 30. I said, my child's 30. And he goes, so you're age shaming me? And I said, absolutely. Get over there.
You got to be at least 45 to ride this ride.
I was like, you
Don't
crazy.
you understand? This is
What is
called
your
the
minimum?
dream breaker.
What is your minimum, Kelly?
Well, 30 is way too young. Are you kidding me?
What's your minimum? 35?
No, I
40?
I like old men. I don't like. I it's too.
So what's your
much.
minimum? 50?
I guess I've never really thought about it.
55?
Well,
I know your minimum is. I know.
12?
Yeah, your maximum is like
38.
Whatever.
38 is your maximum.
My sweet spot is 25 to 35. That's my sweet
Oh
spot.
my
My
god!
sweet spot.
Oh, you're almost
Ridiculous.
Belichicking.
Shut the fuck up. Belichick's 20 years older than I am. All right. That is the news. That is
88.
That is sports. That is the news. All right. Steve's coming up.
Casting live from the Taylor Automotive Studios. Your new home of Andrew Z and Demetrius in the morning.
And the hottest mix of the 80s, 90s, and Y2K all day.
And all night. The all-new Pirate Radio.
A Wolf Howl media station.
In collaboration with Wild Child Media. You're listening
to The Pirate.
The
To play, just grab a...
Bring it.
Andrew Z and Demetrius in the morning.
Driven by the Taylor Automotive family of fine cars, Northwest Ohio's largest car dealership, Cadillac, Hyundai, Genesis, Kia vehicles, along with quality used cars from top import and domestic automakers. Stop into one of their dealerships. Test drive your new car, truck, van, or SUV today. Also brought to you by our good friends over at Furniture Palace. Furniture Palace. We love those guys, man. Who else? Regan Insurance. Got a State Line Sauce Company. Holy Grail Wellness. Skinology. All sponsors of the show. Please support them. We would appreciate it. And right now it's time for Steve.
To play, just grab a handful of mud and sling it.
It's Steve Sleaze on Andrew Z and Demetrius in the morning.
Hey, Steve.
Hey. So much this morning. Oh, my God. So have you guys talked about this kid in Perrysburg that like pretended to be a high school student?
What do you think of that?
Talked about that?
Yes.
What is up with that? Embarrassing Perrysburg.
Well, but he followed the rules. Like he forged documents. It's not really Perrysburg's fault on this one. Like I'll call Perrysburg out. I have no problem doing
like,
it.
honestly,
This one ain't their fault.
Nobody ever really imagined a grown-ass adult wanting to relive high school. No one saw that in the tea leaves.
No.
We all remembered what high school was like. We were like, why the fuck would you want to go back?
Plus, you got to remember when we went to school, there were kids that the kids that looked like grown-ass men had like full-on beards and shit like that. Well, nowadays, all of them look like that. It's their hormones or what they're eating or whatever the fuck it is. They all look like grown ass adults. These boys do. The boys look like, the girls too. They look like grown ass adults.
But see, did you look at his picture? See, them highlights would have been the tip off for me. I'm like, look, ain't nobody in Perrysburg doing highlights like that. That'd have been the tip off right there.
Whole top of his Q-tip head was blonde.
I had to pull him over to the side. Look, Pedro, what's going on with you? Okay,
it was a frosted tip off.
I don't think that was his name, Steve Pedro.
I don't know.
But it's what everyone is talking about, man. I was out last night at the talent show, and everyone was talking about this kid that, man, it's made the national news. People are always like, oh, we always make national news for bad things. So does everybody else. That's the only reason you do national news is there for it. It happens. It goes away. It's not some long, full-on stain. It happens. It's a thing. It'll move past. What?
Not everybody lets a grown ass adult just kick it in the classroom. I'm just saying that's not like a real thing.
Is there anybody that would want to go back to and relive high school?
No.
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 Nobody? None of the four?
None.
Really?
Maybe just to reset.
No.
But no.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
If I
Reset?
could go back in time and go like this, these are the things I need you to not do. Do. This, you're gonna meet this girl. Run. You run.
Oh man.
I mean, I had fun in high school, but I don't think I would want to go.
Yeah,
back.
I did too.
I did too. I lived a good life in high school. You get a text in 419-345-3375. You've got it right, Andrew. When I was in high school, you could barely grow a mustache. Now there's 6-year-old with a full beard. I know, dude. It's got to be the chemicals and shit because
The food.
it is. It's got to be it. What else could it be? The hormones in the food. Do you see our chicken breast now? They showed chicken breast online between from another country and then our chicken breast. Our chicken breasts look like 4 times the size of a normal chicken breast because our chicken's just filled with fucking hormones and bullshit. Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
I remember when I was in Italy, I was looking at the chicken. I'm like, so much smaller. I'm like,
Right.
What is happening?
It's ridiculous.
That's why they can't win wars. They don't have the energy.
they don't have antibiotic
I got
chicken.
plenty of carbs and chicken, big chicken,
and all that shit that's in your system now, man.
Yes.
All the preserved. That's why we look so young now. It's all these chemicals that we're ingesting are preserving our bodies. It's the problem. It is. All right. What's going on, Slee Steve?
Well, there's so much going on. It's going to be crappy out tonight, so watch a little TV. So tonight, the series premiere of Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service is on at 9 p.m. on Fox tonight, so you guys can check that out. And spoiler alert, because I know there are fans out there that are fans of The Voice. The winner was announced, so give you a little minute to step away.
Okay.
If you don't want to know.
Okay.
Okay.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll. Adam David was the winner of The Voice last night. Anybody
Do you want to hear?
Who that guy is?
Do you want to hear?
No.
Do you want to hear him at all?
No.
I want to hear a little bit.
Gosh.
Demetrius doesn't want to hear him.
rude.
I'm not a fan of people with 2 first names.
Adam David. Here you go. Here's a little Adam David for you. Sit there. Hold on. I don't want to play the whole song. He's doing You Are So Beautiful. Here we go.
To me, can't you see everything I hope for, everything I need? You are so beautiful.
Killed it.
Okay, he doesn't suck.
No, he doesn't suck. I'll tell you what, that is one of the greatest songs of all times too. I just love that song. Stop. Am I the only one?
It's a classic. No, it's a classic.
I love that song.
Yeah.
It is a classic.
All right, what else, Steve?
I'm a classic.
Yes, you are. What else?
Norm has left the bar, you guys. Yes, Cheers star George passed away yesterday morning.
Aww.
He was 76. There's no word on the cause of his death, but his family says he died peacefully in his sleep while at home. If you remember, George played Norm on all 11 seasons of Cheers from 1982 to 1993. The role earned him more than a few drinks in real life. He says, whenever I go out, people are always sending over a beer or a round for me and my friends. In addition to the free beer, George was also nominated for 6 Emmy Awards. Now, it's entirely possible that his second biggest career achievement was the 1991 SNL sketch Superfans. You know, the Chicago guys who say, "The Bears." He once said it, that it took on a life of its own. I think we got a little bit of audio.
I have some of the entrances when Norm would come in and drop those one-liners.
Afternoon, everybody. Norm! How you doing, Norm? What do you know? Not enough. Afternoon, everybody.
You know,
Better give me a tall one in case I like it. Afternoon, everybody. Hey, Norm!
how's life treating you, Norm?
I just ran over its dog. What's up, Norm? My nipples. It's freezing out there.
What can I do for you, Norm?
Well, I am going to need something to kill time before my second beer. How about a first one?
You got it.
The first one. That's Demetrius right there. Well, not with beer though. All right. That's sad. I mean, that show was 90. Like the writing was so brilliant. It was just in a bar 99% of the time. They hardly ever left the bar. Not like now where they're going out in different places or whatever. It's just the bar.
It was so funny last night. So, if you go down to table 44, Bob and like the girl he's been dating for the longest time, they got engaged last night. And during the week, table 44 has like this guy that's always there. He's the spitting image of Norm. He's there all the time. He sits in the same seat. He drinks the same beer. And everybody was like, they were kind of weird, like, dude, you know, Norm died. And this guy's like around the same age. It's so creepy. Just thought about that.
You said he looked bad, Demetrius?
He did when they had their reunion show.
Uh-huh.
And they brought all the cast members on stage. George went looked horrible.
Really?
Oh my God.
Ooh, maybe from all the beer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Alcohol does it to you, man.
But he didn't drink.
What do you
like? You got to stop. Like, don't say like he was. He never drank on the show. Those beers weren't real, and he very rarely drank.
I'm just saying.
Maybe he should have. He probably looked better.
He didn't.
Well, here's the problem. Like if you want, like me, like you want to look like me, I have never drank before. And you look at Demetrius, he drinks all the time. Obviously, I'm the one you want to look like.
Clearly.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
We are definitely a before and after photo.
What else, Steve?
Well, some of his, co-stars have all chimed in and paid tributes. John Ratzenberger, who played Norm's buddy Cliff, said he was heartbroken by George's death. He added that George was, quote, a true craftsman, humble, hilarious, and full of heart. And of course, Ted Danson, he said it's going to take me a long time to get used to this. I loved you, George. And then Kelsey Grammer says, I like George a lot. He was beloved by millions. And Rhea Perlman called George, quote, the sweetest, kindest man she's ever met. So,
wow.
That group seems like a family. Like they all just really have got along over the years too, which is, it's losing a family member, really. What else, Steve?
It's Diddy time. Yes, in the Diddy trial yesterday, Cassandra Cassie Ventura's mother took to the stand and said at his sex trafficking trial after her daughter's emotional testimony last week, alleging she was once forced to pay the mogul $20,000. Now, it was understood that he was going to need $20,000 to recoup money he had spent on her because he had been angry that she had had a relationship with Scott Meduska. Now, Regina Ventura testified Tuesday. Meduska is a rapper, Kid Cudi's real name. Cassie previously testified Combs was jealous of their romance. He was angry that he had spent money on her and she had been with another person. Now, Cassie's mom further claimed from Manhattan court yesterday that she and her husband, Roderick Ventura, took out a home equity loan to fulfill the payment that Combs allegedly demanded. She says, I was scared for my daughter's safety. She admitted. Regina also revealed that she had become aware of the domestic violence her daughter had been dealing with and had even taken photos of her marks.
This fucking asshole is a bazillionaire. And he made this family take out a loan because she was boinking Kid Cudi, and Diddy got pissed and he put some money into her career and he wanted it reimbursed.
That is how it works. That is
mean?
literally how it works when you're an artist. It is they give you money with the understanding that this is an advance, right? They tell you this studio time you got to pay for. You got to pay for videos, all that stuff comes out of your pocket, right?
But to demand that money before the project's done because you find out that she's banging Kid Cudi.
No, you've already put. And here's another thing. It's very weird that we've left out the fact that she got that money back. He didn't keep that 20 grand. He sent it back to her.
Who?
The mother.
How do you know?
It's in the story, asshat.
Okay, passion.
Right?
Like,
I know.
Don't sit
Why
it.
is he so passionate about
He
Diddy?
loves Diddy.
It's not.
He loves
It's
Diddy.
not. What I do not like is all the other bullshit that they're wrapping around this instead of going after him for what they're charging him for. And they're not doing that. They're not proving a case. They're not proving their RICO case. They're not proving this gun case. They're not proving human trafficking. They're just proving that this man is a sexual deviant and he does horrible things. That's it. And we are convicting him on his character versus the facts. And you should be the one who stands up louder than anybody else and screams against
I'm
this
not
shit.
sticking up for Diddy. I will not.
It's the process. Because if they can do this to him, then they can do it to anybody. Anybody.
But his other deviant behavior allowed
does
him
not
to
allow
put
you
this,
to
put him in
charge
this,
me
put him
and
in
then
this position,
and then arrest me, and I'm now in jeopardy of losing my freedom because you're using things that are just morally reprehensible. None of the things that you're accusing me of, none of them. You're just telling people that I like to have weird sex and I like to do drugs and occasionally I hit women. Yes, that's a horrible, horrible thing, but none of those are the charges that I'm looking at yet. No, not yet. They've already charged him. They can't add new charges.
Demetrius is passionate. He loves Diddy. Loves Diddy.
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's triggered.
He's triggered.
You guys are ridiculous.
All right.
I swear to God.
What?
I feel like Don Quixote.
Oh, Lord. Well, during a fight, Justin Bieber once told his wife, Haley, she would never be on the cover of Vogue. Well, now that she is on the cover, Justin has publicly apologized. Hard pill to swallow there, Justin.
Is being on Vogue a thing now, though? I mean, that's like...
Is that the insult that we're throwing? You will never be on the cover of Vogue. Take it back.
What else, Steve?
Well, here's a fun thought to go with your breakfast.
What?
Whoopi Goldberg hasn't won a bra in 50 years.
And the bras have thanked her. Oh, my God.
She wears like
Don't those
5
tricks
shirts.
taste better?
She wears like 5 shirts.
I bet you those things are on her hips.
I know.
Whoopi's hips
She
don't
wears
lie.
This girl has to wear one. I'm not saying. Women at a certain age should wear a bra.
Yeah.
She hiding it with them. She hiding it with them tents she be wearing. Girl be wearing them little things. Them big flowy white dress. That's her signature. She loves the big oversized.
She's in her Jesus era. She loves wearing like just
her era.
What do they call it? Gowns? Those gowns. What are those called? The Jesus gowns. Muumuus. They're muumuus, but they're more burlappy.
They're called robes.
They're robes.
Like unreal.
Oh man, this next one.
Have you seen my burlap?
What else, Steve?
This next one, Andrew's gonna get excited about.
What?
Okay.
What?
Oreo, yes, Oreo cookie recently teamed up with Post Malone for his own limited edition cookies, and now Selena Gomez has an Oreo to call her own, and it's called a horchata Oreo. Yes, horchata is a Mexican beverage typically made with milk, cinnamon, and rice.
I'm not a big fan of horchata, but I love Selena Gomez, so I will try her horchata Oreo, and it will be delicious. I'm very excited about that. I'm definitely supporting my girl in her Oreo.
It sounds interesting. It says that cookies are chocolate cinnamon flavored with 2 layers of cream. One layer is a chocolate cinnamon flavored, and the other has a sweetened condensed milk flavored with cinnamon sugar. Now, each cookie will have one of 6 embossed designs, including Selena's signature, a pair of headphones, and a heart-shaped vinyl record. and the Scintillators, which is what her fans are called. As Selena says, growing up, horchata was one of those comforting things for me. Some of my favorite childhood memories involve drinking horchata with my family, and trust me, it tastes even better dipped in milk.
Horchata. All right.
So June 2nd, they'll start hitting the shelves, you guys. So
June 2nd or June 9th?
June, okay. Well, they're available for pre-sale on June 2nd,
okay.
and it will start hitting the shelves on June 9th.
I
So.
will be buying mine on June 2nd. Some Selena Gomez Oreos. Dip that in some milk. Let's do this, Selena. Everyone needs a little piece of Selena in their mouth.
Oh my gosh.
Just saying. All right. What else, Steve?
Well, the news dropped yesterday. Big news. The TV show Good Morning Britain announced that Peppa Pig's sister was born. Seriously? So this major morning talk show reported the news of the birth of a cartoon. So in case you're wondering, her name is Evie, and she was born at 5:34 yesterday morning. Now she'll make her debut in an hour-long special called Peppa Meets the Baby, which will play in theaters on May 30th. Then Evie officially joins the cast of Peppa Pig when it returns for its new season in the fall.
Oh, I'm excited. And we go see the movie, the Peppa Pig movie. What? Why do you look like you're stroking out right now, Demetrius?
Yeah, I don't know.
Couple more and then we wrap up, Steve.
Yeah, a couple more. I think this is long overdue. Rod Stewart in the news will receive a Lifetime Achievement Award at the American Music Awards.
Love him.
You know what's weird is I remember thinking Rod Stewart has been around forever, and now he was putting out music forever, and then he hasn't put out music in forever, and now he's still forever years old. That's how old as fuck I am. Because I remember him being old back in they're like, man, Rod Stewart is still putting out music, but he hasn't put out music in probably 30 years. I'm guessing, right?
I'd say so.
I think he really looks the same. I mean,
Yeah,
he
does.
he really does.
Yeah, he does. I'm a Rod Stewart fan.
Me too.
I like Rod Stewart
I
too.
love him.
What's your favorite Rod Stewart song?
If You Think I'm Sexy, for sure.
If you want my body and you
That was
think
the jam.
come. It was the jam.
That was the jam.
Oh man, should I play a little bit of it?
Maggie May isn't that? I like
Maggie May's a good one.
a good
What's the one? You're in my heart.
Man, you guys
in my
are
soul.
way
What's that
back.
one? I like that one
In
too.
my heart, you're in my soul.
Yeah, I like that song too. I don't know what it's called.
I
but like
loved his concert. I mean, it's a concert you go, you know all the songs,
Yeah.
you sing them all. It's just super. Yeah, his concert was super fun.
Was it? And were there a lot of people there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
good.
remember this queen. I knew her back in the air. She was talking about getting plastic surgery. She's like, if I'm going to redo my chin, I want it to look just like Rod Stewart's. I'm like, bitch, you doing too much. Okay. Too much.
Oh, this is a good one too. Hold on. This is a really good one. A little Rod Stewart for you before we wrap up with Steve. Here we go.
And may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home. And may you grow to be proud, dignified and true. And do unto others as you'd have done to you. Be courageous and be brave. And in my heart you'll always stay. Forever young. Forever young. Forever young.
There you go. Rod Stewart, Forever Young. All right. Thank you, Steve.
All right, kids.
All right. That is Steve's Sleeves. Tell me, let's see. We've got traffic and weather from the Taylor Automotive Traffic Center. Things are looking good on the roadways. Are no accidents to report for you. 75, 475. Split is looking good there. Let's check the camera over there. Oh, looking good through Perrysburg. Looking good up on 75 through Rossford. It looks like good out there. If you got any traffic types, you're in 419-345-3375. Text them to me and I will pass them along. Traffic is brought to you by Taylor Automotive Family of Fine Cars, Northwest Ohio's largest car dealership, Cadillac, Hyundai, Genesis, Kia vehicles, along with quality used cars from top import and domestic automakers. Stop into one of their dealerships, test drive a new car, truck, van, or SUV today. All right, here is the Furniture Palace forecast for today, looking like this. It's going to be mostly cloudy today, high of 63, and there is a chance of rain today as well. Weather's not going to be all that great. Today, about an 85% chance of rain is going to happen. Tomorrow, it's going to rain, and it's going to be a high of 57. And really going to be in the 60s through the weekend. No rain, but not going to get back up in the 70s until next Thursday, so a week from tomorrow. So the weather is just blah, man. We haven't kicked it into gear yet, and it's been a long time. I don't know what's going on. Traffic weather brought to you by Furniture Palace, our good friends over at Furniture Palace. Make sure you go see them whenever you need some furniture. They're local. They're independent. They will give you the deal that you're looking for. If I got to be in this payment range and I need this furniture, they're going to make it happen. Or I've got this much money and I need to get this much furniture, they'll make it happen. They can make deals because they cut out the middleman, and they are just local. They're not sending money to corporations out of state. They got that new mattress store they have at the mall as well. So they get you covered. Anything you need for furniture-wise, check out Furniture Palace. You will not be disappointed with the service that you get there. All right, I got to tell you about my friends at State Line Sauce, the #1 hot sauce in all of Toledo. Doesn't matter if you put it on fish, you put it on chicken, you put it on steak, put it on burgers. There's a flavor perfect for you. This weekend at the Farmers Market is Flower Days. It's huge every year. You ever go to Flower Days, Kelly?
Oh, all the time. Yeah.
Flower Days. That's this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's always Memorial Day weekend at the Farmers Market. So you can go check out State Line Sauce if you're going there. It's going to be crazy fun. Hope to see you out there. It's like from 8 to 2 on Saturday, 8 to 3 on Sunday. And then it's open on Monday as well. This weekend is where you get all your flowers down at the Farmers Market. Go get them. You'll see State Line Sauce there. You can try it out, and you can get sauced for yourself.
Hey, it's Stephen B. Hardy from the Andrew Z. and Demetrius in the Morning Show. Pumped to tell you about our newest sponsor at Holy Grail Wellness. Holy Grail is the newest and hottest name in the weight loss game, with all kinds of amazing options to choose from to get you a big head start on your weight loss journey. Stop in at 200 Airport Highway in Wasion, or call and ask for Kendra or Callie at 419-388-7760. Join me on my journey while starting yours today at Holy Grail Wellness.
We've all heard about it, the Japanese head spot, and it is currently available at Skinology. This ultimate scalp facial will dissolve your stress as they lavish your scalp. They include a scalp analysis, a detox treatment, a deep conditioning treatment, a hair mask, and a scalp massage. Spoil yourself with a rejuvenating treatment that will leave you feeling refreshed and renewed. After all, your scalp deserves some pampering too. To book your appointment, go to Skinology.com. facebar.com.
I tell you, my friends over at Regan Insurance, if you're looking to save some money, Regan Insurance is the place to go. A no obligation insurance checkup. They've been protecting Toledo families since 1967, and now is the time for them to protect your family. Go to Regan Insurance, REGANINS, ReganInts.com for Regan Insurance and start saving money today.
Bring it. Andrew Z. and Demetrius in the Morning.
From the Taylor Automotive Studios, Northwest Ohio's largest car dealership, Cadillac, Hyundai, Genesis, Kia vehicles, along with quality used cars from top import and domestic automakers. Stop into one of their dealerships, test drive a new car, truck, van, or SUV today. Also brought to you by Skinology, Furniture Palace, Regan Insurance, Holy Grail Wellness, and State Line Sauce Company. I'm Andrew Z. Demetrius, Nicodemus, Kelly Latz, the Princess of Property from Howard Hanna Realty. I'm going to end a couple minutes early today because I got to head on over to court. I got a ticket for not having my registration or expired registration, rather. So I got to go over to Sylvania Courts here in a couple minutes. But I do have an inbox issue for you. So, hey, Andrew Z., Demetrius, and the whole crew, I need advice and fast. My mom recently got remarried to a guy that she met online. And at first, everything seemed great. But here's the problem. I accidentally saw messages on his phone when he left it open during a cookout over this past weekend. He's been secretly texting his ex-wife, and the messages weren't just casual. There were flirty emojis and late night, I miss talking to you kind of stuff. I'm torn. Do I tell my mom and risk blowing up her marriage and maybe having her not even believe me and then blaming me? Or do I stay out of it and let her find out on her own? But it's my mom. I don't know what to do. I'm caught in the middle here. What do you think I should do? You got to tell your mom. You got to tell her. She's going to get hurt. If this dude's flirting and late night text with his ex-wife and sending emojis and shit, you got to tell your mom. That's your mother. Like, is it even a question?
You stay out of her relationship.
Get the fuck out of here. It's your mother. Who are you?
She's grown.
But she doesn't. If you have information that she doesn't know.
Do you know she doesn't know any of this?
Well, you need to ask her.
Like, no, what? Like,
bullshit.
Once again, I'm
You
so
are
tired.
ridiculous.
I am
It's your mother.
Oh my God. Yes.
What is wrong
Yes,
with you?
you're right. And your mom has done a good job of raising and protecting you. It would be crazy to assume that she couldn't do the same for herself, right? Because once you hit a certain age, then you know better than she does. And you should be the one to step in. If this is really something that you're worried about, then you talk to your stepdad. You say, hey, I saw these messages. What's going on? You don't just
let that motherfucker lie. Fuck him.
And cover it up.
And you have no loyalty to this dude. What? Was this some random that's banging your mom?
You're not.
Not a stepdad. You're a grown ass adult.
They're married, right?
Yes. But she's a grown ass adult. That means it's not her stepdad.
What did you just say? Did you say grown ass adult?
Yes.
Then shut the fuck up.
What do you mean?
Because she's a grown ass adult.
about
You
the
can't
kid?
have it one way and then not have it the other way. You don't get to go, you know what? She's a grown ass adult and then go, but she's my mom, so she needs protecting. Either she's grown or she's not.
It's not protecting. It's giving her information that you've come across that obviously
you don't
this
know
dude is not-
all the information about. This is the
say
issue.
what you know.
No, you don't know shit. And sometimes the shit that you don't know could be worse than the shit that you do.
You sound exactly. So let her know. What are you
doing,
dude? What are you doing right now? You're just trying to be opposites. You're trying to make for good radio. You're trying to be opposites. That's what you're doing right now. Kelly, go ahead. What do you got to say?
You tell your mom. But you're wrong. The one thing that you screwed up is you should have took a picture of what you saw. I feel as if you need to tell your mom. I would want to know. I would want to know.
Right? It's ridiculous. Hold on. Go ahead, Colleen.
Okay, so I don't know what you're talking about, but just make sure that you don't screenshot it and send it to yourself and then delete it, because that shows a track. So take a picture of it off of your phone or somebody else's phone, or screen record if you have to, but you literally record it off of somebody else's
You
phone.
were sneaky as F. Get out of here.
She's shady.
I
She's
know,
shady
shady
McShady. I love
as
it. I love it. I
shady
can learn
as
from
hell.
her.
But anyway, go ahead, Kel. So you're
Yeah.
saying you got to tell.
You got. I would want to
the
know.
fact that
I would
Demetrius-
hope that if my child saw something like that,
Right.
they would tell me. Because if I have the information, or and I'm not gonna, like, that's your child protecting you, so I'm not gonna get mad. But if I had the information or I not had the information, I would want my child to tell me for sure. I'm a safe place. You tell me. And then I can decide what I want to do with the information.
So I have a couple of questions though. I'm just curious whose name the cell phone's in, because if it's in the mom's name, then she can actually go get a form from the wireless provider.
They don't keep records of the text
they do
messages.
they do get a metadata form. Yes, they do, and it goes back 5 years.
That's a thing.
That is a thing.
All
It is a metadata form.
All right.
Dude,
you
you're
can
telling
get
your
it.
secrets. You're telling your secrets.
I know. All right. So
I'm
anyway,
gonna tell somebody else.
okay. So all right. So Kelly, you're saying you have to tell. I say you have to tell. Demetrius is way off base here.
Look,
saying you don't.
you have to be responsible with information. I don't understand why just because you think you have a handful of shit that you think you're entitled to rush off with somebody with half the information. It is half. If I only have half the information, I'm giving you half the story. which is only going to allow you to formulate shit with your imagination.
Okay, well, when you're flirty emojis, so you're sending me an eggplant, and I'm supposed to think that maybe he really is making eggplant for dinner.
But see,
like,
wait a
what? I
minute.
mean, or maybe he's writing his grocery list. I mean, what the hell?
I would not
all
say,
emojis.
I would not say an eggplant is a flirty emoji. That seems
That's
pretty
what
overt.
they well.
And so what do you consider to be flirty emojis would be my question. What do you consider to be
such a mansplaining?
Like,
My
stop.
God.
It is not fucking mansplaining when you ask for fucking facts. It is disgusting that you would even say that it's mansplaining.
It is facts that he
it's
was
the same
texting
kind of
his
standard.
ex-wife.
Yeah, it's facts
that you would demand anybody else have. And it is crazy to me that you're just fine going, you know what? Just go off half cocked and give half of fucking information. Dude, I don't come to somebody unless I have ironclad proof of what is going on. And even if that is the case, then I go to the person and I go, look, we were all fine with somebody going, you have a week to tell somebody and then I'll tell them what's going on. We were fine with that. But now all of a sudden we're not fine with that because now all of a sudden we're talking about why just give this person the ability to lie. Well, how do we know? We don't. No, we don't.
Listen, your mom's your mom.
Right? It is your mother. It's different than just some friend or
what?
Yeah.
What?
Your mom's
What?
your mom.
Your mom is your mom.
And
I would say this from my experience. If my mom were to be in a relationship, knowing my mother the way I know my mother, right? My mom was never one that needed to be protected. My mom was very proactive, and my mom was a grown-ass fucking adult.
It's not about being protected. It's about giving her the information that you've come across that she may or may not know about. Probably does not know about. And you're not saying break up with the guy. You're giving her information. Maybe she's got other information, and this is another piece where she's like, all right, this is fucking ridiculous.
And maybe
or this
she's
is
an
the only
astronaut.
piece.
Maybe she does a bunch of other things. Maybe we don't live our lives by maybes.
I can't believe it. I know you're so off base. You're so off base on this one. Like, and a 1 to 10 off base, you're a 10 plus. You're 100.
Christ.
Yeah,
you are.
It's so funny. You guys kill me.
Yeah, you're killing me.
You're
too.
killing me too,
Killing me.
man.
Killing me with the dumb shit.
Killing me softly.
Lord, killing the shit out of me.
Anyway, so we say, ma'am, you have to go to your mother. There's no doubt about it. I mean, if you want to listen to Demetrius and be wrong, that's fine. But if you want to listen to the people that actually know what they're talking about.
God forbid you're wrong, and none of it is what you
but
think.
You haven't.
Stop. God forbid you're wrong, and none of it is what you think it is. And now all of a sudden, you fundamentally changed the relationship you have with this man. And not only have you fundamentally changed the relationship you have with this man, now you have fundamentally changed the relationship he has with his new wife. And that is a question that you have to ask yourself.
He shouldn't be texting his ex-wife flirty messages and late night messages.
100%.
I mean, that's not even
100%.
It's not even a close call. It doesn't matter what
winky face.
Right?
Face.
Winky face.
Send her the smiley face with the tongue out. I want a divorce.
I'm just saying that it's really.
You know what? If any of this shit happened to you, you would be screaming on the rooftop about making it stop and how it's not fair. But yet you seem to be the cheerleader and chairman of the board.
Again, you're not
Andrew.
Yeah, you're not saying that you should break up with him. We're just giving you the information, and you take with it what you need. If you want, you should confront him, or is like,
or keep it to yourself. It's up to you.
I would like to point out that I don't think anybody has ever just laid out information for somebody. I don't think anybody's ever been like, look, you know what? Just this is the facts, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what these mean. I don't know what it is. I'm just going to give it to you plain saltine style, no flavor. No one has ever given information with no flavor. They always like to put a little of their own seasoning on it. They always like to tell you how they feel about it, what they think it could be, How about? And once that happens, then now all of a sudden you have that narrative in your head. It isn't just facts. It is facts with feelings. And that is dangerous.
All right. So Demetrius and I say that you need to tell your mom.
No, you and Kelly.
I'm sorry, me and Kelly say you got to tell your mom. Demetrius says that you should not tell your mom.
I guarantee you got more shit going on in your life to worry about than trying to deal and fix your mom's life. Get your shit together.
All right. And a side note, before we get out of here, because we gotta get out of here a little bit early, but I posted yesterday a picture of this kid from Perrysburg that he's 24, really. He's a man, and he was portraying himself as a kid. But there's a picture that I posted from his baby mama, and I said from his baby mama, and someone said, can we stop referring on my post? Can you stop referring to the mother as his baby mama? She is a person and the mother of his child. It sounds so ignorant and degrading to refer to someone that way, and I am no way defending him or his actions. Just get completely disgusted when people refer to a mother of a child in that manner. I'm sure you'd understand and would want someone to refer to one of your daughter. Wouldn't want someone to refer to one of your daughter. I don't think baby mama's bad. Am I missing something?
I think that's way too much. I always say that's my baby daddy. I always talk about my ex-husband. That's my baby daddy.
That's just true.
I think it's just like ridiculous.
No, I don't think that's not disrespectful. You don't think so either?
So,
okay, normal or no? So that Kelly said, no, go ahead, Demetrius.
I would say that you're totally entitled to your feeling.
Her or me?
Her.
Yeah, for sure. But
she can feel that way.
Because let's just be real. As we look at social media, as we look at posts and things like that, they don't use the term baby mama in
derogatory.
Yeah, they do. It is a derogatory term.
I disagree.
So that's fine. You can, but you don't have a vagina, so you don't get to feel a way about that.
Kelly just said she doesn't feel that way.
But once again, like, she is using it at, like, she comes from a different experience, right? She's divorced. She's had children in wedlock, right? So when she says it, it's jokingly, right? She's just like, that's just my baby dad. That's just, and when you see it on, let's go from the reverse, where it's like where people call baby daddies BDs and BMs, and you hear those things. They have a negative connotation to them. They have a weight about them that says you didn't do it right. You're not doing the mothering or the fathering correctly. Those aren't the things. Instead of just calling them mothers or fathers, it's baby daddies and baby mamas are. You have an image in your head.
I think you're true. It's interesting. It's interesting.
It is. I've never thought of it that way.
No, me either.
But I just think it's too. I just think it's not that serious.
I think you're looking for something to be offended, not you.
But
in general.
Honestly, I didn't think of it that way. You did enlighten me in that thing, and maybe because I had them in wedlock, that it
doesn't bother you.
Doesn't bother me, but yeah, I don't know.
You look at somebody's circumstances. And how they became a parent and how they came in. If it's not the traditional way, say a lot of them accidentally get pregnant, and so now they move into this I'm a baby mama category, right? Nobody wants to be a baby mama.
I don't know.
You cannot know. I can tell you that no one wants that moniker.
I think that I look back and I hear it in negative connotation and non-negative connotation in equal amounts, I think.
But the issue, it doesn't matter. The issue is, as soon as I tell you it offends me, then you should be like, I'm sorry, and not fight against it.
So if one person says it offends them, then you shouldn't say it anymore?
No, what I am saying is this: we don't take away from. They can be offended, right?
Yes,
you're allowed to feel a certain kind.
But is it valid? I know it's valid to them, but is it valid versus the rest of the world?
I feel like the term baby mama has
because like for me they used to call it my old lady. Like, to me that's clearly offensive, and I would never, because it'd be like, hey, my old lady, like that is offensive. But
yeah, I cut a bitch for that.
Right.
Here's the thing.
Obvious.
But we would also have a guy who sits in that same chair that you're sitting in and say, I've heard it in ways that it's not offensive, and
Right.
I've heard people say it in terms where it's affectionate.
I agree.
And that, but you will sit there and go, it's offensive. I know that it sounds offensive to me.
Right. It does. Yes.
But you won't look at a guy and go, well, I see where you would say that, because you know in your heart it's offensive. Right.
So are you going to rethink the way you use it, Kelly? If you to say baby mama, are you going to rethink yourself?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, I hate it, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
I think that's just
I
too,
just tell you, like, I guarantee you
it's
there's
too serious.
There's
Like,
a
it
different
doesn't-
feeling about that term over the bridge.
Interesting. All right. Well, that's it. What does over the bridge mean? What do you mean different about the term over the bridge?
Well, that's where I grew up, and I am a baby mama. I got babies, and I'm
Yeah,
a mama.
Right. I know. It's just I don't see it derogatory, but she was super triggered by it, and it's the first time I had heard someone triggered by it, because to me it's common vernacular now. I mean, people use that all the time to describe baby mama, baby
But it
daddy.
also describes a kind of certain kind of socioeconomic background and like who you are. There's clothes that come with that title that you feel like you have to wear.
Interesting. All right, that's it. We're out of here. Thank you guys so much for listening. We do appreciate it. If you missed any of the show, I'll look at the app. I don't know what's going on with the app, but I'll figure that out. And then if you missed any of the show, you can always get it via podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We appreciate that. We appreciate all the support. Thank you guys so much. Tell a friend about the show, and we will see you tomorrow. You have a great day. Bye-bye.